social media for casting. You do social media, you're trying to garner attention. I mean, that's the whole point, right? You're trying to kind of show people what you do, what you offer. You're trying to connect with people. You're trying to show off what you do, as well as getting them to jump in and be a part of your projects. It's a platform that has multiple uses. Now, if you took casting, the reason that you're going to be using social media to do casting is because that is going to be your predominant source that you're going to be able to retain. You usually don't have a casting list already, you're too new to the business, or you're not attached to any kind of production company or house, or you're not a casting director in the first place and you're just trying to make a movie. So when you're trying to make a movie and you're trying to cast for that movie and you're using social media, there's just a couple things that you might want to consider. There's some things that you might want to kind of avoid. One of the biggest problems, so the best way to look at this is the biggest no-nos, okay, are when you set up your casting call. If it is just I'm trying to make a movie, who's interested, that's like the biggest no-no. There's no information, no location. Most times, especially from my perspective, I've noticed where filmmakers will post into a group that says, filmmakers worldwide, and say, I'm working on a film, I want to get actors, who's interested? And then everybody below them is like, where are you in the world? There's kind of this, it's very naive of you to, first of all, make a statement like that, because you're not giving any information, you're not giving any hope. When you're trying to get actors, and especially when you're trying to get actors for little to no money, if no money at all, you really want to give them something that's inspiring. Number one, a professional poster. All right, something that you took some time into creating, or if you can't make a poster, then you should get some kind of lookbook going. And a lookbook, in case you don't know, is a collection of pictures and styles that you are trying to say, this is what my movie's gonna kind of look like. You should be trying to be as professional as possible, even if you're not going towards let's say a pitch deck for a company, you still treat it the same way. You're trying to be professional, you're trying to make something. And if you're trying to ask somebody for a favor, or you're asking somebody to do it for a lower rate, you should really be considering doing it in a very professional way. So where you can say, look, I don't have the money to really make this, and pay you what you deserve, but I can do this, and I can do this really, really well. And it's gonna give you something that you're gonna be proud of at the end of the day. Because honestly, that's all you have. You have no money, or you have very little money. And so you have to give them some kind of incentive that this is worth their time. So putting in a poster, or putting in a lookbook, or putting in a really good solid log line, or saying it's this meets this, it's Jaws meets, well, that's really expensive, but let's just say for the sake of it, it's Jaws meets 2001: A Space Odyssey. You say, okay, I can see what they're going for. I can see what they're trying to do here. You want to look at that post as if you were on the opposite side of it. So you, not the filmmaker, if you were the actor, actress, cameraman, whatever crew member that you're trying to get, or whoever you're trying to get to appeal and click on this, post, and to reach out to you wanting to be a part of this project, you need to think of yourself from their perspective. What information do you want to know? You want to know what, where, how, when, why, and how much, right? And these are very basic things that a lot of filmmakers, so many filmmakers on social media, don't answer those questions. And then most people who are any type of quality don't like to reach out and try to dig those out of you. They see that you're not going to take the time, take the effort, or try and attempt to be professional. So they go, okay, they're not even going to be professional on this first impression, which golden rule, first impressions are the most important, right? So if they're not even going to take their time and energy to be professional in this first impression of requesting something, how can I even begin to imagine that they're going to take it seriously later on, that they're going to do this in the actual production of it, or, and where it really matters, the post-production and the marketing of this film. So when you're using casting on a social media platform, you really need to make sure that it's enticing, that it's professional, that it answers all the questions that are basic questions, right? Doesn't need to get into some crazy detail. That can be saved for the actual person that you select. Anybody is going to understand that. And if they don't understand that, they don't understand how the business works. So that's where you need to kind of go, is you need to have that mindset of, I'm asking something. So if I'm asking something, I'm going to show them how I work, because I don't have the money to offer to get them, and I don't have the name or necessarily the people that are inside the industry. I don't have the people that are inside the industry that can go ahead and take this, because they have the credibility and they have the reputation for it. Casting on social media can be extremely useful, but you need to take it just as serious as if you were reaching out to Warner Brothers or something massive and you were trying to get them to do something for you. If you treat the lower end people, who are the only people you can get, remember that at this level, that's all you can get. So if you're treating them with the same amount of professionalism, same amount of courtesy, and the same amount of respect as the top level people, they're more than likely willing to help you, if they were going to help you in the first place at all. Food for thought.